Okay, so hey guys, this is me, and if you guys don't know me, my name is Hallucinations. It's spelled HALLUCYNATIONS. But you guys can call me Sin for short, which is like CYN. Yeah, I think it's like Sin from Murder Drones. But either way, right now I'm playing Tower of Misery. It's like 9 in the morning. I just finished breakfast. And I rarely eat breakfast because I'm kind of lazy. And I have like a 3-minute timer here in the game. Because I've already completed the tower before the other players could. And I tried to call one of my closest friends, Nifa. If you guys don't know who Nifa is, I met Nifa like a year ago. We haven't even been friends for a year, but I'm already very close to her, and I trust her with all my life. And recently I've been forcing her to play Roblox with me. It's not like favoritism or anything, because my friends are busy with themselves. Niva just is like less busier than them, so I can force her more easily. Cause like I'm also one of her closest friends, and like we met in school. We have like 2 more minutes. If you guys' volumes is like hard enough or like loud enough, you can hear like a bit of the swords clashing, like over there, like the yellow tile, the huge yellow tile thing. Oh, it's Mau Mau from Apothecary Diaries. Okay, let's just go to the next tower now. A pity she does not exist, a shame he's not a... The only boy I'll ever love is Andrew in drag. There is no hope but love for me, from here on I'll go shad. The only boy I'll ever love is Andrew in drag. I used to be really good at obbies in like prime 2020. It was when like some of the things that were popular like jelly fruits, strawberry cows, like Renegade, Charlie D'Amelio, Dexy D'Amelio, if I'm not wrong, that's her name. Yeah, Dixie. I'm sorry. it was like in prime 2020. But instead of Tower of Misery, before I discovered it, I was playing like Tower of Hell, and I felt like such a badass whenever I screamed and rage quit. It felt like the good times. I wouldn't really say like a deadly virus was a good thing, but like at least everybody was connected to the internet, and where rage baiting, rudeness, racism wasn't that much of a thing. Like before that one, I don't want to say that one guy, but that one person who like changed the world. And that's when like people started spreading awareness about Black Lives Mattering. I still see that, but in like rare occasions. And I still like it how people, they still remember how much of an impact that anybody could do to the world. But the thing that I really liked about 2020, or like somewhere after that year, was when like Black Lives actually did matter. Whenever I see stuff on my For You page, it could be absolutely any type of content or media, but there will always be rude comments in the comment section whenever the person is either white, black, has ginger hair, has freckles, is fat, is skinny, is unhealthy in any type of way. There will always be people talking about it in the comment sections, either putting the creator down or either putting themselves down for attention, even when there's other people in need. Oh, I like her avatar. Should I say that to her? Wait. I don't know if she can see my text, but I really hope she did. Is this my skin tone? No. If you guys have been an OG ever since I started making those like slime rant videos talking about like spreading awareness, like what is usually dismissed in the economy and society. Like for example, it's like the Joplin tornado event in like Massachusetts. That was one of the videos that I wanted to make, but I didn't really have enough time, and I already had like a subtle career change from slime rants to like making Roblox videos. But I'll probably continue on making those because some of my social medias, I still have them and people can like add me on them and even follow me on there, but I rarely post like really long videos. But I also want to make short videos where it's discussing about like how do I put this? I'm not only posting stuff to entertain people with like my Roblox videos, or even when I'm talking with my friends in these Roblox videos. But since like I have to admit I'm really chronically online, so it's easy for me to like figure out these topics and like figure out what is going on in the world right now, because a lot of people have been like, the only thing that I've seen about my media as an Indonesian person, how the dollar has increased in the currency into rupiah. Like the last time I checked, $1 was about like 16,000 or like 16,000 or 16K. That can easily, in my school, just to compare, that can easily get me like a plate of like rice and chicken katsu. But if it's raised, then I don't know how the economy will think about it. But then I like how people have been making like trends where it's like, if you guys are aware, there's something called embege, where it's like something made by the government. It's like free food that's given by the government, and like, so basically it's like free food from the government. But there have been some news where there's like a lot of cases of food poisoning happening. And in my old school, they didn't have embege back then, and in my current school, they don't have embege because they actually, because the workers in the canteens, they need money to live and take care of their families. So me personally, I think hiring actual workers instead of like a government funded like food service or food process is a bit more better. This is just me personally, by the way, but because of the news, it's already living proof how this really needs to be implemented. I may be political and against the government in some ways, but like, I also have a reason to dislike some of the things that the government and even the president has to implement in a lot of cases. Oh wow, I got first place. I feel so proud of myself. Let me just take a screenshot of myself here. Hopefully I'm not seen. It looks like I'm backshotting myself. Let me try to take a picture of that. Never mind. I want to go back to the layer painting area. Oh wow, I didn't mean to do that. Pwa. 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 Oh wow. Pwa. 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 I would like to talk about my socials for like a moment. I'm really active on YouTube, but I'm only there to like post videos and even watch videos. Most of the videos I've watched are either compilations from a series or a show I've watched to like entertain myself and have like a wave of nostalgia when I first watched it. Because if you know me, most of my fandoms that I'm like, yeah, almost all of my fandoms, only 2 of the fandoms I'm in, I have LARPed, and I will be honest when I say that. But I wouldn't really say I've LARPed the whole series of those 2 series and shows. It's just, I've only watched the original series instead of like the recap. Like, for example, only 2 of those that I'm talking about are PJ Masks and, what's that? The Thundermans. I know the cast got back together in like 2024, but dude, I watched it. The last time I watched it was in 2023. And like, yeah, that was the first time I discovered it. I'm sorry to be such a new gen. But that was also the time where I was most active on Netflix. And I've watched a lot of shows to actually claim that I'm not a LARPer. I mean, I'm only a LARPer for 2 of those, but if you guys still hold a grudge to say this to me, or even to say it in my face, I wouldn't really judge you guys, because for one example, a lot of the things in the 2000s, they were really liked by a huge majority of people, but because it was bullied, people had to shrink themselves down and their interests and their fandoms to fit in with society. But like, People call it the Great Shift. Some people call it the Great Shift, but I haven't seen anything about that, especially in all of the fandoms that I'm in, because if I'm not wrong, about 17 or almost 20 of the fandoms I'm in, they have genuinely been larped by posers. So let's just call it the Great Shift, because it's the same thing as like popular girls. They suddenly think that Five Nights at Freddy's is cool, even when in the past they've bullied actual genuine weird kids to. So they bullied actual and genuine weird kids just because they liked Five Nights at Freddy's or FNAF. But now that they think FNAF is cool, then I don't really know what to say about it anymore, because they're supposed to make it make sense, and especially to this isn't targeted to anybody, but it just really confuses me and it shocks me how someone could be this way. Wait, I'm gonna tell her avatar's pretty. Wait, no, I said it already. They're probably gonna think I'm weird, because maybe they already joined after I said that. And I've also seen a lot of Instagram reels and TikToks on my For You page talking about how some of the popular kids or the popular girls in their school who bullied them and gave them like depression, PTSD, anxiety, social anxiety, and like a lot of trauma, they want to be there for the people, as in being nurses, being psychologists, being therapists, or using any sort of like therapeutic way. Like it could either be helping people with their like social anxiety, how to help them like with coping mechanisms. It's even a great shift. I wouldn't really say great, because that would mean, like, I think that is a good thing. That is a good thing, and it's good for you to reflect on your past actions. But if you haven't reflected on your past actions, especially if they have affected or impacted anybody else, like in the past, that you haven't taken accountability for, then I don't think you really deserve to have that reflection in yourself when you haven't reflected in all of the ways that you used to be on yourself. Again, this isn't targeted by anybody, but I really want to be there for people, especially as someone who was bullied in like elementary school. I want to be there for people, and because I'm friends with like a lot of people younger than me, like me personally as a 10th grader, in my current school, I have a lot of friends that are in the 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, and even 9th grade, and almost all of them, they've talked to me about their problems, their issues, and I've always tried to comfort them and even have a solution to help them. Even I shouldn't be using this one as an example, so I'll just use my own example. So like in 3rd grade, I was bullied like really badly. I'm not gonna say anything specific, but what I am going to say is that it affected me in such an extremely young age that it baffled me and appalled me that wait, I should make more videos about this so that people can know what I'm into, and people can know what I'm defending for. Okay, so let me continue. How do I put this? I was bullied badly to the fact that it got me hospitalized several times, and even like a month ago, I was cyberbullied by one of my old bullies' mutuals. I put on my Instagram note like how my main Instagram account has more followers and more people that I know than my old bully. I know it's kind of edgy, but I just really want to be happy for once. And if that is really such a crime, then I don't know what is wrong with me, but I sure do know what is wrong with you. No offense, no offense, but if you feel the same way, but you're putting down other people for having the same way after they have gone through something and they just really want to celebrate it, like be happy, like they want to be happy for once, but you're not allowing it, but other people allow you to do that when you do. I don't know, man. I see something wrong with you. But so where were we? After I put like the Instagram note, someone, like a new follower of mine, I don't know, they weren't mutuals with me or anything. I just follow other people because I thought they were cool. And then they asked me what happened, and then like, I wouldn't really say I'm talking bad about my bully or I'm still holding a grudge, but I'm sorry that I have the rights to tell this to anybody, because it is something that someone has done to me, and like if they affected me, even when I'm not in their business, but they're deliberately in my business, then dude, I have all the rights to tell to anybody. Even if I trust them or not, it still feels wrong to tell someone. It still feels wrong to tell someone that you didn't go through something that you clearly did that affected you and impacted you. And if they don't want me to tell other people, then why did they even do that in the first place? I wouldn't have the rights if they didn't do that in the first place. I don't know what possessed them, but I sure do know what possessed me, and that's just me trying to defend myself and stand up for myself, because I never had the chance to do that. Why is there dramatic music in the background? Okay, so back to the story. Sorry if I get like carried away. I'll just explain it after I've told the story. So after I have already told the person or the stranger about like what happened to me and like how I have the rights to, the person asked me, do you know who I am? And then they asked me to like spill the name, but that was when when my lunch had already arrived, because I was going out. Yes, I touch grass as a gamer. I feel very proud to do that. I shower, I eat, I take care of myself, I study hard. And like this person, it does not seem like they want me to do that, to take care of myself. They want me to take care of other people and their ego and pride. But it's okay, I understand if some people can be a bit narcissistic and bigot. How do I say this? And be full of hatred and bigotry. I don't know if I should say bigotry, but it seems... No, I mean... How can someone be so ableist? They don't even know me, yet they're acting like they know so much about me. I'm not close with them, but they sure are acting like I am. Either way, when I replied to them, I did actually drop like 2 names, and then they said that they contacted my bully, which I didn't ask for them to do that. I did not ask them to do that at all. And then they started dehumanizing me and victimizing my bully for such a shocking reason. Because I understand if you have a lot of friends, like especially in the past, then of course you'll easily get defended. You'll get defended by your friends, and the person who you're trying to target is being offended because you have like more, I don't know how to explain this, but because they have more allies, like alibis than you, and since they understand the person the most, then of course they would understand if that person had actually done that or not. So then I kind of saw that as unfair, but like, and I don't know what possessed me, but I scrolled down through my gallery, I scrolled down to my Google Docs, I scrolled down to my files, and that was when I sent them the documents of when I got hospitalized and discharged for the effect and impacts that my bully had did to me years ago. But there's also a funny reply that they sent to me. They said that I could get reported to the police. I wonder what I'm gonna get arrested for not defending myself years ago. For having a trauma response that has gotten into me. I didn't ask to be treated this way by any person, but it sure does seem like they don't want to understand that. Either way, after that, I tried to reason with them, but if you guys are not surprised, they blocked me, and then before they blocked me, they proceeded to send the most casual, common, and average threat to me. I thought that was like pretty mediocre for someone to actually do that. But if I saw them face to face, then I wouldn't really know. I wouldn't really have like digital files to send to them. They still have my files, by the way. They would have like copied them and like spread them anywhere. But my legal info, my full government name is still there. Oh wait. Anyways, where was I? But yeah, it still appalls me. And that was at like a Saturday, and then like the day after, it was a Sunday, I saw my old bully in 3rd grade at the supermarket when I was going grocery shopping. They looked at me so shocked. I don't know why they're so shocked, but just because I haven't seen them for a year, I don't think that is like a reaction, especially if they have already contacted someone to talk about me. And like, some part of me is actually willing to do anything to defend myself, because I didn't have the chance to years ago, especially if they will be reporting me to the police. I shouldn't have said all of this in a video because it might get monetized, because my last video, if you guys have not seen, it actually got demonetized. I don't know if that's the word to put it, but I've heard people say demonetized. I think it's because of the caption, but I don't really know. I don't even know what caption to put in this. But I'll probably make I'll probably make like an undercover video about like my stuff. Either way, I think that is the whole story of when that person contacted me and tried to threaten me with like authorities. But like I was ready to defend myself and stand up for myself in any way I could. Either way, I don't know where they are now, but I do hope that they themselves actively go to professional help. It does not seem like they have been bullied. It does not seem like they know common sense. It does not seem like that any logic they have learned from the years. I wouldn't really be surprised if I'm even fighting with a person who's over the age of 10. It's probably because like their Indonesian was like really good, especially since it's like local, and like they used a lot of slangs, and they used a lot of like short in like what they were saying, and they did really try to put an effort to understand what I'm saying, even when I also used Indonesian. But sometimes when they responded in English, then I'll respond in English, especially if they use words that especially if they want to use words that they understand, but they cannot really frankly put it in the language that they just talked about. For example, if you don't understand a word in English, then you'll say it in Indonesian, and then you can ask for other people what that word means, and then you can like understand it now. Like now you know. But even when I had proof, even if I sent them the proof, then I don't really know what to do, because someone acting, or maybe it was actually my bully, and then they still wanted to hold a grudge against me, because like they didn't care how much it affected me. They care that it will probably affect their reputation. I'm not joking when I say that, because I actually genuinely understand how much your reputation is to you, even if it is just reputation or what other people think of you, you still really need to use some common sense and maybe not care about what other people think of you, but you should really care for what you do to yourself, because it seems really unhealthy. Even if even if it looks unhealthy to other people to take care of yourselves, it's not selfish, it's not greedy to take care of yourself, or even to like make yourself feel worthy, or even heal heal in a way where it somehow feels illegal to make yourself feel happy for once. I don't even think if my old bullies or even that person felt happiness once in their life. They spent like their precious time to put me back in my misery after I've already healed. Still, now I'm still visiting therapy. I'm actively visiting therapy. I visit my psychologist once every week. Sometimes when it's like really stressful, I visit them 2 or 3 times a week. But I'm still actively trying to improve myself as a person, because sometimes I really don't care about my reputation or what other people think of me. I just care if I'm healthy, that I'm happy enough, and that I can go through a day without having any negative thought, like how I'll be thinking a lot of positive things about myself, about my friends, how my environment is, even how bad people will treat me. I will probably think that they have something else in their lives that makes them really sad, and I just want them to take care of themselves. And sometimes they even want me to take care of myself, which I always do. But at the same time, nobody really asked for them to act out that way. I never asked for that because I didn't have friends. I genuinely did not care about my reputation at all. I just wanted myself to be happy, and if I bothered anybody else, then of course I'll apologize. If it's with a reason, of course. Like sometimes I apologize even if it's not my fault, but like it's also like a trauma response. If you guys can understand, because like I want to remind you guys, my target audience is for, like, I have two target audiences: people who will either listen to me and my friends talk about our daily lives and even some topics we know about, either if it's trending or if it's just an inside joke, or even if it's something people know like a lot. And the second target audience is for people who will listen to my story and understand me and my friends for who we are. And because I'm planning to like grow my audience, and that is what I will be doing in other like that's what I will also be doing in like my other social medias. That's why I wanted to talk about it. Okay, so I have a few of the list. First, I would like to talk about YouTube. So I'm actively on there. As I said, I'm actively on there to post videos and even to watch videos of my own or even other videos. Most of the videos I have watched, they're either compilations from a show or series I've watched to have like a wave of nostalgia, because it makes me really happy that I used to be really hyper fixated on them, to the fact that it would take like a couple of months or maybe less than a month to like get away from it. And like the second thing, I would watch like documentary shows talking about like I would rather listen to someone talking about like lore of like a certain creator or a game for like 3 to 5 hours, or like the most peakest ones that I've seen are less than an hour. Shout out to the people who make like lore videos about exposing creators that is like about roughly 35 minutes, like the duration of the videos. Especially if, because I have a few favorite content creators, and I wonder if I can talk about them, because like they really inspired me, and like I have some traits from their videos and even themselves that I implement into my own videos. Like I'll only be putting like maybe three, or I'll put like 5 creators. The first one I would like to talk about is my all-time favorite, Jaden Animations. Um, I'll I won't be putting like their stuff on screen, but if you guys do actually listen to what I'm saying in my videos, then I am extremely grateful, because especially if you've paid attention and if I've said it once and you still remember it, then yeah, and it's it like I appreciate it a lot, and we probably have something in common, because like as I said, I implement some things of my favorite creators. Jaden's videos, they are mostly about like a slice of life. Sometimes even if her videos are like majorly about her hyperfixations, Hatsune Miku and Chikawa. But those are some of my favorite videos, and especially her old videos where she uncovered like old games, like especially that one dinosaur game on her DS, where even my favorite scene in that video is when she was blowing on like the screen or the volume thing of the old device, and she ran a little experiment. If she screamed into the microphone, would it blow the dust off? Like I would rewatch it sometimes. I would rewatch it sometimes when like I'm eating, so that I can have like a wave of nostalgia. Yeah, I keep saying the same words. I'll probably make a separate video talking about some other content creators that I have watched a lot of videos of, because even my mutuals and my friends, they are really active on YouTube to watch their favorite content creators and YouTubers. Especially, I would like to say one of my online friends. Shout out to my online sister, Sal. If I remember, in one of her WhatsApp statuses, she posted like about Jacob Alfarad, which is one of Jaden Animation's closest friends, and it's just really cool because I myself discovered Jacob Alfarad from his like Mario videos, and like that's how I also discovered Jaden, because like they were mutuals. They've been friends together for like 10 years if I'm not wrong. It just really brings a tear to my heart. It just really melts my heart how me and my friends, we can have the same interests, and like we can have the same hyperfixations on these creators. Is that guy dressed as Joy from Inside Out? Okay, so my second one, I would like to really talk about Emi Richu, because all of her videos, from the old ones to the current new ones, especially about her, I wouldn't really say hyperfixation, but about her, yeah, maybe I will say hyperfixation. Her hyperfixation on Oshikatsu, especially for celebrating the birthdays of the Love and Deep Space Boys. I would really like to shout out for the Raphael birthday Oshikatsu videos, because there are like 2 of them if I'm not wrong. I don't know, man. She hasn't uploaded in a while, and I feel like I'm sorry if I betrayed anybody that I haven't watched it in a while. Either way, in my prime, like 2025, I watched a lot of her videos over and over and over again, because she's like really comforting, and her content is like not too overhyped, but also not too simple. It can also reflect on how people are in real life, because I've seen a lot of videos about Emi Richu, and especially that one video where she went to Malaysia for like an event, and like how the workers there, they celebrated her birthday, how they sang the birthday song in English, and how they even sang the birthday song in Malaysian, or their own native language, and like I admit it brought a smile to my face when she deliberately like cried when like the host said they're going to be singing happy birthday in their own native language, because like, yeah, I think that's all. And then I would like to talk about Illymation. Illymation is like one of my most comforting YouTubers to watch, because like a lot of her videos, they are like really really relatable, and like I wish her all the best, and I feel very happy that she's improving herself and even her health, how she's in a really really healthy relationship right now. I wish them all the best. I think that is all for what I've summarized about Illymation. But like, if you guys like analyze what I say deep enough, you guys will see how like it connects to myself and even herself and even her videos. Like one of her videos is about like if you dressed a certain way, then you'll be seen as in a different way, but you want to fit in, so you like shifted your fashion style to fit in, but it actually fits you than you were. Like, yeah, I felt that way, but then I mostly had like basic clothes, so it was easy for me to fit in. But now, because like I've seen different outfit styles and how I've been experimenting on them for like a few years now, I've gotten a lot of compliments from like my friends and even my current classmates about like what clothing I wear, because if you guys know me, I'm a huge weeb, especially to my friends. If you guys have seen like what my desk looks like what I'm playing on right now, you guys will see it is absolutely decked out in anime and all of my fandoms. Like I'm using a Needy Streamer Overload like desk mat right now. It's custom. It's like custom and fan made, like fan merch, because like I'm not Asian enough to study Japanese, and just to like check out the official site for like the merch, especially from how expensive it is. Oh my goodness, I don't wanna talk about it. I'll talk about my desk after that, if I remember. The next one I want to talk about is Rebecca Parham. Her videos and her humor is absolutely amazing. It is absolute cinema. It's peak comedy. A lot of the videos that she was in, and even her own videos, it just brings a tear to my heart, and I've even rewatched it a lot of times now, especially the times when she went to Disneyland, or if I'm not wrong, it's Disney World. I don't really remember because my memory is bad, but like how she's like an absolute theater kid, and how she could have like access to what made her her right now. It just really brings a tear to my heart, and especially since she's like inspired by like the old art style of Disney, if I'm not wrong, because of how like her persona moves in her videos, and even like how her character is still like the same character, but they can use different clothings, and she even her character even has like their own like wardrobe of what to wear in the videos. Like her character could basically wear everything, and I like how it implements into what she's really like, because like if in one of her videos she said that the dress code made her wardrobe had to be like thrown out after she just like bought a whole new wardrobe, and like most of the stuff that she bought for the new school year was actually a waste of money and a waste of time. I felt really bad for her in that video, because I understand if schools can be like that, how they're just shrinking down like personal interests and like self-expressions. At the same time, it is still a place for education and learning, but I still like how her videos implement how grateful she is to have a privilege to go to school. I don't talk about it that much, but I'm really grateful. But I'm really grateful to have the privilege to go to school, even from how tired I am from like my health and even school itself. I'm really happy. I'm really happy that I meet a lot of people, because there's only two things in school that you can worry about: the social pressure and the academic pressure. If you are good in the social pressure, then you wouldn't really be focusing that much on your reputation, but at the same time, you also need to focus on your academic pressure, which I try my best in, and I know a lot of people in my school and even my class have tried their best. Shout out to them, they're really cool. And like, what do I say now? Who else? Oh, I like if you guys were active in like 2017, you guys would obviously know about a certain YouTuber by the name of Wolfie Chew. Wow, I feel so proud saying that in such an emphasis way. But either way, I'm really proud to be one of like the watchers of Wolfie Chew back then. One of my favorite videos that she has posted, it is like the cover of Zombie, like the Zombie song, or I think it's that. Yeah, I think it's that. But I don't know if she made a cover, but I think she made like a music video of her OCs in that. Or maybe it was another content creator who made like a cover of Someday from the Zombies movie, like the series. But either way, that just brings like a huge like momentum and impact for me, especially at a young age. I didn't, if I have to be honest, I watched a lot of like genuinely traumatizing and scary things as a kid. Like, it affected me so much at like a young developmental stage, especially since it's like really crucial for, but it still made me who I am today. And it made me realize no matter how your interests are, nobody really cares, especially me. People will care and they will be bringing you down. I'm not saying this to target anybody or to scare anybody, but at the same time, there's still people like that. So please take care of yourselves. If someone actually does put an effort to bring you down, but actually they fail, because you know how miserable they are, and if you were them, you wouldn't really be putting anybody down for their interest, because at the same time, how does it affect you, especially if it's none of your business? This is a genuine question for me, because like I wouldn't really want to put this out like on public for people to see on the internet, but it rhymes with lore and it starts with a G. If you guys know what that is, you guys will probably, some people will probably attack me for talking about it, especially since I know that there are young kids. This is just to spread awareness, because I'm really not forcing or pressuring or even like inspiring anybody to watch or even do those things. It really confuses me if anybody is affected by what I'm saying or doing when it's none of their business. Because I had this friend, whenever I would walk like under the wrong stairs, she would like, the first thing she would do, open up her WhatsApp, text me a whole fuck-ass paragraph, how it inspires her to be a bad person, how it inspires her to stop taking her meds, when I've done nothing of the sort. But either way, people are still people, and especially if you don't judge them, then there's a chance that they will judge you instead, because a bully's like the target for a bully is to literally just, how do I put this, is to just bring you down for absolutely no reason. They want to make an impact on you, but they want to make a negative impact on you, but they also want to put a positive impact on you. It's like, yeah, of course it's a bully. Like, but they'll be really surprised and victimize themselves if they really actually do get in trouble for their actions. I know some people who are like that. But at the same time, they probably have the rights to, but if they don't, then I don't know, there's something wrong with them, and then nobody should really force them to improve themselves. I see the effort, but it seems like the effort has actually stopped for one of my friends. I don't even know if I want to call her my friend, and I don't even know if she's going to see this video. But she probably will, because I know some people are snitches. But at the same time, why wouldn't I be talking about this if I don't have the rights to? It's not like I'm a bully myself, because I'm trying to improve myself and even other people. I don't know if I have made people do bad things when I have just told them like simple reminders, or even give them solution, and like if I've given them a solution or even given them comfort that they themselves asked for, then I don't really know, dude. Maybe the problem isn't me trying to help you with with your sadness, your misery, and just to make you happy, then I think it is something wrong with you. But I understand if some people, they said they're trying their best, but they're actually putting no effort in it. I've seen some people who are like that. But at the same time, I don't really care what they do. But if it impacts me, or even if it impacts other people, then I'll just put them on like simple reminder. It's like that simple and that basic. It doesn't need to be like a whole paragraph about how problematic and controversial they are, because at the same time they're still human, and what is really the point to do that to anybody? Or like, especially like, I understand if people they want to victimize themselves and even be like spoiled brats. At the same time, they didn't really ask to feel that way. So but if their actions like really did impact anybody, then I don't know, if they're getting called out for to take accountability and take responsibility, then they shouldn't really blame other people for like focusing on what they should do. They should really be focusing on what they do and not what other people think of them. Because if they themselves, they don't want people to think of them that way, then why would they be doing that in the first place? Who knows? Maybe something could have possessed them. Maybe something could have possessed them to do that. And they probably don't want to take accountability for it, especially when they didn't ask for it, but at the same time, they know how much it affects them. Because if it's like the other way around, then they'll victimize themselves, then that is clearly a sign that they need help, so that they can know their feelings. I wouldn't really say if anybody needs to get professional help to fix themselves. They just need to fix what they are feeling, so they won't need to put themselves down anymore for something that they have done. Because I myself, I've gone through that, and I don't want anybody to go through anything harsh, like as much as I did, or as much as anybody did. Because everybody, their crisis, their issues, and their problems, they matter as much as they do. I believe that everybody matters. And they just need some time for themselves to feel better, for themselves to be happier, and everybody can be happy in their own minds, so that they wouldn't be really thinking of anything negative about themselves or other people, and that everybody will have peace with each other. The community will be way more better if that has happened, if everybody has minded their own business, if anybody never cared about anybody's race, sexuality, gender, like ethnicity, or even anybody like suku, budaya, ras, agama. It would just be a bit more better if everybody just minded their own business, cared about everybody else. And like, when I say care about everybody else, I mean like care about why they're acting like this, so that they would feel better about themselves. I mean, like, how do I put this? This is also hard to put. But either way, I want everybody to be happy and think positively on their own ways, because I've seen people struggle with that, especially if they have health problems. When I say health problems, I don't mean only one health problem is valid. All health problems are valid, where it makes them like into a better person. But at the same time, why wouldn't these rules be implemented if that has not happened for a reason? Just take example for Singapore and Japan. Japan, their illegal branding is banned in the whole country, and even Singapore, they banned bubblegum. Even that may be such a small thing, but it can impact a lot of people, and that's exactly what is going on in the world right now. And it will probably increase, or if not, people will be getting professional help, and it will decrease, and everybody will have the same rules, everybody will have the same mindset to worrying about everybody and what they have gone through in their lives. Like, I really appreciate it if anybody like checks up on their friends, asking if they have slept, if they have eaten, if they have taken care of themselves. it may be hard, but at the same time, there's still people who worry about you. And if you can still know what you are feeling, if you can still control what you do, then that will make other people happy. And especially if people who are actively trying their best, because it makes them really anxious and really demotivated, it still warms my heart how people are. Wow, server king. Yeah, but either way, I'm gonna leave soon. So this is the end of the video, guys. If you guys have reached until the end, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe and even spread awareness. Don't forget to check up on everybody that you know to make sure that they are either not killing themselves right now as we speak, or if they are doing something, or if they are doing something good that makes other people happy or even makes themselves happy. Either way, bye guys!